Our first speaker is our club president, Rick Barron. He will be presenting project number 6, Vocal Variety. So we'll be looking for some vocal variety. Rick is a successful life success consultant and host of the Cause and Success program on Anderson Public Access Television. His show presents practical tools that make wealth a predictable result of your life. Let us welcome Rick Barron, whose topic for today is called Straight Lines. Straight Lines. Rick Barron.
Thank you, Don. I was 12 years old the very first time my father trusted me with the use of a power tool. Not just any power tool. I'm talking about the family lawnmower. For a preteen boy to have the opportunity to use a gasoline-powered piece of equipment that spins a sharpened steel blade at high revolution is a really big deal, at least for this young boy. We lived in Southern California in a suburb of San Diego, so we had a very small little yard, nothing too significant. And after my father gave me the safety lecture, I was all prepared to go out and to make my straight lines. I wanted to make a good impression, so I used the grass catcher so that all of the shavings would be collected and the yard would be neat and tidy. I made extra special sure that those lines were very straight, back and forth and back and forth. And when I finished my task, I went to my father and I said, "Dad, how'd I do?" And he looked at me, he patted me on the shoulder, and he said, "Son, you've earned the right to mow the grass every weekend." Oh my gosh, what had I done? It was a trick. That's not fair. He tricked me into taking over his chores for him. That's not what it was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about responsibility. It was supposed to be about honor. It was supposed to be about me having the ability to show people the first impression that they had of our home. And instead, I was tricked into taking over his chores. The older I got, the more I realized that many fathers just want sons so they have someone to transition their chores to. That's why. We moved from Southern California to suburban Washington, D.C., and lived on a cul-de-sac with a big pie-shaped yard full of trees that backed up against a utility green space. It was hard doing those straight lines around all those trees. There was a hill there as well. It was a lot more difficult than that little yard that we had in San Diego. But I was up for the challenge. And my father decided that he would claim half of the utility green space behind us. So I too had to mow that space as well. But I took comfort in knowing that my little brother was right behind me. And I just couldn't wait until his 12th birthday, when he had the opportunity to share the lawn mowing responsibilities with me. I was all excited, giving him the safety lecture, showing him how to use the grass catcher, and telling him all about the straight lines that were necessary to make sure that the yard looked absolutely fabulous. And after I did, I left to go spend some time with friends. I gave him a couple of hours, didn't know how long it would take, and I came back to an absolute disaster. Obviously, he forgot to attach the grass catcher because there were clippings everywhere. And the lines weren't straight. They were totally random, and he missed spots of grass all over the place. I was furious. What was Dad going to say when he came home from work? I came running downstairs to find him lounging on the couch with a glass of lemonade. And I said, "Boy, you are going to be in big trouble." And he looked at me and he said, "Mama didn't raise no dummy." He said, "I saw exactly what happened when you did those straight lines and you used the grass catcher. Now you are the one that has to mow the grass every single week." Ah! Today, I share the lawn mowing responsibilities with my wife. I run the weed whacker to do all the trimming, and then I push the mower around the edges so that now she can do the straight lines. Back and forth and back and forth. While she's mowing the grass, I do other chores in the yard, tending to the beds, working in the green space. And when the bag is full, she stops, and I come out there dutifully, empty the grass catcher for her, put it back on, give her the little pat on the back, and say, "Thank you, honey, for mowing the grass." What was the change? I took something that used to be a chore, something that I despised doing, and turned it into something that I look forward to. It really had nothing to do with the fact that I was doing it with my wife and that we were working to accomplish something together. It was about changing my thinking, how I thought about that, about it no longer being a chore. Back to that very first time, that pride and responsibility that I felt, by using it as an opportunity to show people what our yard could look like when we accomplished it together. So what will you change your feeling about by changing the way you think? Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster?